Thank you all for coming today. I think I had a chance to introduce myself to all of you, but in case you don't know who I am, I'm Nicole Clotty. I'm the current president of the Friends of the Library, and so grateful to have you guys out here today so that we can dedicate this beautiful art piece, Donor Wall, we're calling it here at the Delaware Library. So thank you for coming. So last week I was meeting with Brian Howard, the director of the Delaware County District Library, and he reminded me that it was a year ago this month that we were here celebrating the opening of this beautiful library at our recognition appreciation party that we had. And it's crazy to me how time has flown by. It doesn't seem like it's been a year. So much has been happening around all of us here. So to give us some background context, I'd like to invite Brian up to say a few words for us, if you wouldn't mind.
First and foremost, I want to thank all of you guys for taking the time out of your early evening to come join us for this. As Nicole said, about a year ago to the day, we were anxiously, nervously getting ready for getting the staff in the building to look at the building with their families. The family preview day was a year ago tomorrow. And then that whole week that led up to the grand opening and ribbon cutting on March 26th, had the Friends preview event gala, the March 25th, just to see where we've come in a year is phenomenal. And what all of you did to help us make this come to fruition, and make it come to fruition in a very quick time period. Little backstory, in the pre-planning, the design of the building, there was not a maker studio that was intended to be in here. And then as things progressed, there was some open space, and it was decided to put a maker studio in here. And Nicole, Calvin, the Friends, and the fundraising that they did to not only get it, to raise the funds for that studio, but also to get it done as quickly as they did so that we could, when we cut the ribbon, that studio was up, ready to go, all the machines functioning. It's just a testament to you all. So thank you all so much. And to the donors, I personally can't thank you enough, but you don't know what an asset this is to the community. These studios are so important, so heavily used by all demographics, all ages, that there is a need in the community for this, and what you all have done to help us provide for this is phenomenal. So thank you all very much.
Thanks, Brian. So when the Friends of the Library first learned that the New Liberty branch was going to have a space for this, but then we found out that they didn't have the budget to equip it, that's when Karen Cowan, our past president, went into action. Somehow she convinced Calvin and I to join her to raise $50,000, but she didn't stop there. She didn't want to stop there. She said, why don't we just create an endowment and raise $150,000? And we're like, oh, sure. whatever. I spoke to Karen today. She's on a cruise down in South America, and she said she's sorry she couldn't be here today to thank you all personally. I know many of you know her and love her, but she wanted me to convey her thanks to all of you for all of your help in making this happen. So the endowment fund, we thought, $50,000, we can do that, no problem. And then she said, no, let's do the $150,000. I was like, okay, whatever, let's just go for it. We had no idea what we were doing, but this is how all of you came to make our dream come true. Because of your generosity, we donated $50,000 to the library last year to equip that maker studio here. And according to our fundraising chair, Suzanne Benow, I talked to her this morning, we have collected another $30,874 in cash to date, plus we have another $10,800 in pledges due in the next 2 years to bring our total campaign to $91,674. So, thank you guys. So we're not quite to our $150,000 endowment fund yet, but we're getting there. We've already got some put in the endowment fund, And it's our goal to kind of use the interest off of that endowment fund to keep the Maker Studios going in perpetuity. So you wonder, what's all this money been going towards? Well, I've invited Kellen Freeman, who is our new Maker Studio supervisor, to fill us in on what's been happening here at the Liberty Maker Studio and also at the Delaware Maker Studios. Kellen.
So, a little context. We started the Maker Studio in 2019 as a partnership between a couple of community organizations. And then during the lockdown of 2020, began shifting everything back to the library where we had a little more control over what we had available. Over the next couple of years, it was a constant experiment and reworking of everything on an annual basis as we figured out what wasn't working, tried to adapt to make it work better, and at this point, we feel pretty confident in our approach to what we've got going on. So, we're in both Maker Studio locations 4 days a week. Wednesdays we shut down for classes, where we focus our efforts on all-day opportunities for people to learn how to work and what you can do. We also will teach you in the moment when you show up. But that's also understanding that I'm showing 4 other people how things are working at the same time. Which brings us now to today was the first day for our 2 new employees, so our Maker Studio is expanding. And we're hopefully going to have a little more time to spend a little more time with you as you learn the different things we're doing. As Ryan said, it is used by all different people, all walks of life. We've got grandmothers, we've got young kids, we've got local businesses looking just to get some resources at a less expensive price. And we, a couple of years ago, shifted over to a do-it-yourself approach where you come in, we show you how to run it, and you do the work. And it was a little shaky at the start, but everybody got on board with it, and it's the way we've been doing it, working really well. We're here every week to make stuff, and it's the funds to open this space allowed us to add some new equipment. Just didn't have the room for in Delaware, and having the new space let us diversify some of the offerings we have to provide some new tools. One of the ones that always gets a lot of use here and is exciting about, we have media conversion tools. So if you have slides, negatives, old prints, VHS, vinyl records, we can help you get digital copies of them. It's not always a fast process, but it does work. People are really excited about it. One of my favorite ones is just kind of sitting there, the room's quiet, somebody's watching their old family videos with some headphones on, you just hear chuckles. And that pays for itself. But we have all sorts of groups that come through. We've had Girl Scout groups, teachers come through. Everybody kind of wants to learn more, wants to try something new. We've got a long wish list of other things we could do, so we're looking forward to what we can do in the future.
I'm looking forward to using these funds towards it.
Yeah, that too.
Thanks, Kellen. We're excited that you're our supervisor now, too. Is to show our appreciation by commissioning this beautiful art piece designed and created by internationally celebrated, locally renowned artist and our friend, Mac Worthington. Mac, can you come up and tell us a little bit about this piece?
Well, when I bid on this, I didn't know there was $90,000. Anyway, thank you all for including me. This was really a fun thing working with the friends of the library over all these months on the different ideas and design and what we wanted to end up with as a final piece of artwork in here. And it's designed to designate an open book, if you didn't see that already. And all the flowers are the growth of the library by all of the donors. So once again, thank you for letting me do this for you.
So if you'll take your class, I'd like to have us raise our glasses and toast to you all. There's a quote that we have on the Friends of the Library website by Margaret Mead, and it says, "Never doubt that a small group of thoughtful, committed citizens can change the world. Indeed, it's the only thing that ever has." So I would like us all to raise our glass and toast in honor of you to this small group of thoughtful, committed citizens. So thank you all. Cheers. And before you all leave, I would love to have all the donors come here and get in front of it. We'd like to do a portrait, and then if anybody wants individual pictures of yourself in front of it so that you can use it to market. Visitor, do that too with your family. So. Oh, please, Joyce. This is Joyce Laney.
Yeah, George was my husband, in case you didn't know. This getting the ball rolling on creating this library was the last major project of his career before he retired, and it turned out even better than he could imagine. When Molly first took us through and showed us the library, I mean, his jaw dropped. He was so thrilled, and I know he'd be very happy at this piece of art too. Max, one of our favorite local artists, we always enjoyed going to his gallery during gallery hop. You always had the best cocktails, the best hors d'oeuvres, and we miss having you downtown in the short north. But he would have loved this. And thank you to everyone who showed up tonight. Thank you to all the donors. George would be very proud. Thank you.